we don't have internet problems like we did yesterday. And not only that, I didn't even, like, go through and watch the video from yesterday to put the timestamps on. So she didn't, I don't know how laggy it was. It's okay. It is what it is. In my opinion, the best part about the master copies is the face. And everything on day one, unless I do the face first, is prep for the best part. This is when things get exciting. Good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Hope everyone had a lovely evening. I am missing a color there. Don't put that there. Oh my goodness. Wipe that out, because I'm gonna put the alizarin right there. Alright, how's this one? This is really goopy, but the insides are good. So I'll just snag that up and say sad day about everything else. I need to get rid of some of these rags. Alright, got the black. Alright, let's go. Alizarin is right here. You know, the colors that you don't use very much of that last a really long time on the palette, it's really satisfying when you pick them back up and they're like perfectly fat. Like, I have so much paint in here. Meanwhile, the like white just goes away so quickly. Alright, get that mixed up. I think I do need to pull out a bit more white. How do I feel about this white? Oh, well, I mean, I just got red in it. That's fine. This should be okay. I'm trying to decide if it's a good viscosity. I'll put some over here. I'll use it for the intermediate skin tones. First I gotta wipe this off. Well, I guess I didn't need to because I'm about to put white down and put more on. This is a very dramatic song. I'm gonna skip it for now. We need exciting songs for the morning. Alright. Okay, so this one goes like that, and this one, yeah, they feel good. White gets this weird intermediate, I don't know, it's still juicy, but it's not kind of feel. And when it's not quite perfect, putting it on the painting is like trying to paint with sticky goop. Like cotton, not cotton candy. What is it with the, like, melted marshmallows? That's what it feels like. And it's not fun. I'm going to mix it up here because I haven't done that in a few days. Skin to, oh, why is that not actually enough room? Whatever. A little bit of cad yellow for the yellow white. And this is usually what I use for highlights in skin instead of adding pure white. It's just sort of an intermediate. Grabbing a little bit more, we're making got peachy pink over here. So cad red, cad yellow. A little bit more cad yellow. Ah. This is such a dramatic song to mix paint to. That's good. I'm gonna make a lighter version of it, I think. Though I might regret that later and wish I made a darker version. That is like not even lighter. I'm gonna make a little bit darker on the top. Adding extremely little amounts of cad yellow and cad red because the cadmiums are so strong. You add one little bit of it and it totally changes the color. Which is nice, and you don't need as much paint. But sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming. But that's precisely why these little side mixes are so nice. You get sort of an in-between color right off the bat. And if you want to add just a little bit more Cadmium red, but you don't want to add right out of the pile, just go right over here. All right, close enough. I almost want to start timing myself on how fast I do these, because they don't have to be perfect by any means. Ooh, it's a little stringy. So that was yellow ochre and black, and then a darker version of it as a nice green that's sympathetic to skin tone colors. So I'll have to add straight black into the mix, and then I want alizarin and black for shadows. That is way too much alizarin. I'm going to offset it with some of this because I don't really want to put out more black. I don't think I need that much black. And then yellow ochre and cad red. That was like no cad red. That was probably too much. This is a nice, I love this as a skin tone color. It's so chromatic. It really brings life to the paintings, because that's something I really struggle with, is not leaning too heavily on the black and white in order to give variation and value, but learning how to use more, the focus is to learn how to use more chromatic colors so that it stays bright. And I think that is the colors that I usually do. I am dropping this thing. Yeah, I don't really need anything else, I don't think. Get that centered. And onto the face. This is a little bit of a fuzzy skin. Just push that back up. Also, there's some like bits of the background sticking through. Also, I didn't like, what happened here? Okay, it's fine. We're not looking at the background today at all. All right, where do I want to start? So there's no like super dark shadows in the face. The darkest one is like this prep that I did with burnt umber, raw umber, and I think I had a little bit of black in there. I'm not gonna find that right now because there's like there and then like a tiny bit down here besides the eyes. I'm gonna try to find this color, so this one over here, this sort of shadowy, that has white in it. This is gonna be a fun face. I don't like painting faces that have a lot of white in them, but that's okay. That's why we practice. And I want to do that with, okay, so it's a warm shadow. It's a cool shadow. It's more of a cool shadow. It's kind of getting bounce light off. Oh, I need to do the gold. Okay, I'll do that last. Where do I want to start? Okay, I'm gonna make a mix. I'm gonna grab white. Ah, it's so much white. Put that back. And instead of grabbing from the dark pile, I'm gonna do umber. Raw umber and white. Now, as I just said, leaning too much on the white and black for the value structure and not enough on chromatic colors, we're gonna fix this and not use this because that's gonna be bad and sad. I'm not gonna add blue because that's probably too aggressive. Add a little bit of the burnt umber and then a bit of the yellow ochre to bring it towards a brown skin color. The raw umber is really neutral. It is technically warmer than the black, but it is so dull. What do I want to see? I'm gonna lean it a little bit more burnt umber. I'm not gonna mix all of it. Make a secondary pile. That's really warm. Grab some more umber, raw umber, to make it darker. How do I feel about that? Well, actually, throwing that on there by accident is almost the right color. Okay, how do I get this off? Well, one way to check if your color matching is good is to just plop some on the reference. I'm gonna go with it. We'll adjust it as necessary later on. Oh, this is a really nice mix of color. It's gonna be the same color as the veil. Okay, no, I'm gonna add a little bit of the ochre cad red mix. Just a little bit. It is now currently pretty much the exact same color as the palette. It's kind of trippy. I can't even see it. Okay, that's a little bit warmer. We're gonna leave it at that. Do it a little thin. So I can go back in and mix it later. You know, they are kind of almost the same color. They're just separated by a thin band of gold. But just lay this all in. That's gotta be darker. No, wait, okay, no, it's gotta be darker, but we're not going there yet because the brush is this other color and it's needed up here. So the underpainting, the sort of burnt umbery color that I used, is showing through and is making this look a lot warmer. But I'm not gonna worry about that, because I know when I add extra layers, that's gonna go away. But for the most part, this is roughly the right value. A good beginning. I need to figure out, okay, it's kind of dark. No matter, that will be fixed. Brushing up really close to the other edge. Oh wow, I just got some black on my paint. Is that wet? It's wet! Okay, well, that's fun. Usually the blacks are dry. Very strange. Alright, I'm gonna grab a new brush. And I'm gonna go into with the burnt umber black. Alizarin. Ooh, that's very dark. Okay, we're gonna lighten it with ochre black. Maybe ochre red. Not white, pretty much. There we go. Crisp this little corner a little bit. And then we can blend these two together. And then as it turns around, it wants to go much more dark, more black. And then I'm just gonna lay this in so I can blend into it. So white. No, that is definitely not dry. And then this is good for a tiny bit of edging here. And I'll just lay these in so I don't lose them. And then I want a sort of mix of that. Not adding white, since the part I'm going for is in definitive shadows. Not having white helps make that area recede. And again, there was a little bit of white there anyway, but that's okay. That needs to go darker on the edge. These transitions with the veil need to get a little bit darker. Also, wait. I just realized I totally lost that entire section of veilage. Yeah, that's a bit light. Focusing on figuring out the shape. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I did down here. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, what am I painting? I'm just throwing colors down. It's not a good practice. All right. I did all this editing after the stream crashed yesterday, so I could work on the face today. I say as I work on the veil. I don't want to think about this anymore. I don't really want to work on that part. Is it good enough? No, it's gonna be too late. I do need the dark. Alright, this is too abrupt of a transition. Make it blend. This whole area kind of wants to go darker. Blend, blend, blend. We don't care about that. We're working on the face. We do care about that. That looks so silly. Now I'm adding black to my light brush. And the kitty returns. All right. This brush has way too much burnt umber in it. And I'm kind of just going in circles. I need... Oh, that was way too late. I needed to stop. Okay. We're moving on. We're moving on. All right. To the original shadow of the skin color. It really does have this weird thing going on where the edge of the shadow, where it's the most chromatic, is blue. That very well could be just my printer. Or the scan, like the original photo. It is very strange. But it's what Bellini did, so we're going to try to emulate it a little bit. Shadows here. Shadow under the nose. I'll just obliterate the nostril for now. We don't need nostrils. Adding just a little bit of straight black to make it more blue. Adding a little bit on the edge. Kind of want to mix a new color. Yeah, okay, let's make it a little bit lighter. And not use this brush. Hold on, this brush needs to maintain that back color. New brush. It's kind of interesting. I don't dislike that cool next to warm coloring at all. I don't know if it was fully intentional for him to kind of reflect the blue of the veil into the skin tones, but I like it. From what I remember of the other Bellinis, either I was just not paying attention enough, which is fairly valid. I was worrying about other things. That I don't remember the other ones that I've done of Bellini doing that. So either he could have changed his technique, or I have now stared at it long enough that I'm noticing things. Or once again, it could be the skin. Either way, it's kind of cool. So this has a lot more white, so it's going down a lot more opaquely. Okay, but that didn't really want to go that light all the way over there. I need a good eyebrow color. Let's just throw in this. Okay, not that. That's a, it's a little dark. Okay, whatever. I don't really want to add white or too much white. Okay, it's fine. Inevitably, I will end up needing to repaint the eyebrows like 4 times. So, starting dark will help me not lose it. And while I'm here, I'm gonna start to establish the eyes. Bellini always paints the eyes so tiny. It's really intriguing. And Mary's always looking down. Eyes half closed. Well, not always, most of the time. I just looked up at one of the other ones and it wasn't. But on 3 of the ones that I've done so far, they are like that. The other one, she's looking like right at the camera. But I really liked this look. And it really makes you really focus on the different portions of the eye. Because they're so tiny. Okay. Well, we're just rubbing them in. I'll grab the nostril, which actually wants to have much more alizarin in it for sure. It's really bouncing off. It's a little bit of red right in. Okay, that was way too much. Okay, come, mix it back in. This is a good color. No, it's not. I'm gonna add a little bit of cad red to that, and that will be a good color for the lip in between. It's rather light in this painting. Very smooth, soft, and subtle. Okay, now this is a red brush, so we're gonna stop using it and get a new brush. And I want a sort of medium color that is darker than the stuff that I've put down for the shadows, just to define this a little bit. Well, that now is like almost the same color as the palette, my bad. Some darkness up here. And then it comes down. Oh, wow, wow. Sure. Wow. Mixing a lot more white into this area. I think I pulled down the shadow too much. So we'll do that. And then onto the eyebrow ridge. And then it leaves, okay, well, not there, but it leaves kind of the T of the face in highlight. This is kind of the lighter version of this color, pulling from the 3rd area. Push that up a little bit. Lost track of what I was doing there for a second. Edging. I'm gonna grab a little bit more black to add to this to make it blue again. Yeah, I think that's a good compromise. Instead of using any ultramarine, I'm just gonna avoid that completely, even though it's on my palette. It's only on my palette from yesterday. But to add this blue bounce light with black. To go a little bit darker. That needs to go lighter. Let's try that. I'm feeling the need to go in with the highlight color and then work my way towards the midtones in a second. Her lip color is very interesting. It's like barely pink. Bellini really made it subtle. I'm just adding a tiny bit of Cad Red to this warmer mix of brown that I have. And that'll be good for a base. There's a really nice highlight right on the edge that I'm losing. There also, okay, hold on. There's a pretty good shadow coming out of the center right there, and then right underneath the lip. And then there's that's almost white. So we're gonna go with the highlight, new brush. I don't want that one. I want a smaller one. Give me a small brush. All right, going into our premixes. So if you don't use them, we'll be sad. I want sort of the peachy pink, just a bit of yellow, but I want mostly Cad Red. I'm gonna grab some Cad Red and yellow ochre. How do I feel about that? That's way too light. That's, yeah, way too light. I'm gonna grab this guy. I'm deciding that I do want to make these actually dark. Leaned way too pale. Mixy. So all of them are going just a little bit darker. It's the same mix as I mixed in the beginning. Cad Red and then Cad Red and Cad Yellow with white. And then I want some of the Cad Red white. Grab a little bit of the Cad Red Yellow Ochre. The yellow ochre makes it look not so vibrantly pink, like cotton candy, but more like a skin color. Alright, this is a very chromatic color that's going to look a little shocking for a minute, but it's going to be good. So now wow, okay, the lip color is actually very much too dark and dull. I'm gonna add a little bit of this in the eyes, even though I don't really see that as much in the painting, but I know it'll help bring it to light a little bit more. Life, not light, life. All right, now we need to go more peachy pink. Add some of the yellow white to really bring it yellow. It's a bit too white. I'm gonna add just out of here, the piles. No, too much. Give me some yellow. Okay, now we're just at the same value. Go back a light. This is an excellent example why you don't try to mix a big pile of color with just a tiny little brush. You have too much paint on the brush, and it's not actually mixing. It's okay. Okay. Oh wait, that wanted to go a little bit higher, actually. That's fine. We'll mix that in. Okay, so that is very pink. That definitely needs to go more peach. More yellow. I'm just gonna add it in a little bit in some spots, because then as I go over, I won't be using the same color over the whole face. I'll have some mixtures that I'm mixing into that automatically change the color just a little bit. I find that really helps, not to get too flat looking. This mix right there, I don't want to do it. All right. Okay, so we're gonna grab some more cad yellow. And I need to go lighter by a lot. Okay. We're gonna mix it with the palette knife because that's a little bit easier. I have a feeling this is gonna be a bit too vibrant, so I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow ochre, but I will do that in a minute. New brush, once I test it, because I think this is also just too light. Yeah, it's pretty bright. A little bit of yellow ochre. We'll neutralize it as well as darken it. Okay, well that is... I can't decide. Okay, I wanted to go over there. No, I think it needs a bit of the green, the umber black, or the ochre black, my bad. Needs to blend more with the grayness of the shadow color. This is also way too dark. That's kind of warmer on the eyelids. This transition's way too abrupt, so we're just gonna mix both those in there. It's a little bit too dark, mix that in. This is a good net color though, for sure. And this brush is so tiny. Should have picked the filbert. Too late now though. Well, it was brightest there, and then it's gonna go towards burnt umber and the cad red yellow ochre colors before it hits the really cool beginning of that shadow. Actually, I kind of like this color. Let's bring some of that up here. What did I add here? The cad red ochre plus burnt umber. Well, that definitely shades towards coolness. I'm gonna start to work both those edges together, and I'm just gonna mix some of the cad red ochre into whatever is in the brush, which is quite a bit of light. That's a way too orange. Let's grab some of the neutral colors. Everything is fine. We're all fine here. We're fine. That wanted to be light. In a minute, okay, once I figure out that color, which I'm just gonna put in as this, whatever's on the brush here. Lighten that, throw some on the nose. think everything has a color somewhere. So I'm going to go in with a flat, clean brush and start blending these together into a smoother thing. Even out the palette. Utilize the fact that I've put a lot of different colors in a lot of different areas and get a little bit of color everywhere. And just pat, 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 pat. Pat and push. Okay, well, okay, that did not work very well. That white did not want to move. I'm gonna have to put more higher up. But pat, blend. Also create a nice even base from which to work on. There is a highlight right there that I've totally ignored. This brush is no longer near clean. If I wipe it off, then it'll be good enough. Really didn't put as much paint down as I sometimes do. This step also really helps to pull up extra paint so that you're not getting too much, which makes alla prima much harder the more paint you have down on the palette or the canvas. Unless that's the point that you're trying to do, is to have a lot of paint down and really blend into it. Alright. I'm going to instead blend with this sort of neutral face color. Not neutral, this is the lighter yellowish one that I was using. But I'm going to use this as my intermediate color. Since it's rather dark, painting with white will help lighten everything and make it more accurate. Adding a little bit on the eyes, and then I'll come back to that in a minute. Fuzzing this edge and finding nothing. We're not gonna find anything yet. We're just gonna even it out a little bit more. Bringing this into the shadow, because the shadow of the veil isn't nearly as low as that. But it will have sort of a little definitive line. I'm going to go back in with some more blues. That was too light. I'm going to pick some of that up and move it over. Just refining all of the highlights, pretty much. Fixing some shapes. Still looks rough. This is the chaos stage. We do not look too heavily at the chaos stage. We simply keep painting. Eventually it will look normal. I'm gonna bring this almost all the way up. It needs a bounce light here anyway, so it makes sense to have a little bit of white in the shadow. Oops. Edging there. This is all with the same light color that I was using earlier, this like yellowish mix. Actually, it's not that yellow, it's more peachy. I'm gonna kind of fuzz out that really bright pink spot, and I think it needs more ochre. A little bit, needs to lean a little bit more orange rather than red. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow, cad yellow as well. It's actually a really subtle area. I'm kind of emphasizing it too much. So let's pull back a little bit. It doesn't need to be there, it is warm. Brings a life to the cheeks. Okay, well that was not really necessarily there, but you know, that's fine. Alright, what am I doing? I just started going a little rogue. I do want to put a little bit of it as the bounce light into here. I don't know if I like that. I'm going to pull this down a little bit more, bringing this light into the shadow. Okay, now we're going to go back into the darks. We're just going to grab a new brush. I have no idea what brushes these are anymore. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to fix the eyes. We're going to work from the eyes out. I'm going to grab a smaller brush. We're going to make, well, not make. This is actually a pretty good color for the white of the eye. This sort of dark brownish color. Lay that in. It's not light enough for the highlight, and the highlight, I think, at like the top of the bottom lid of the eye. Why was that sentence so hard? It also wants to be a bit more pink, so I add a little bit of pink. That's really thick, but we're not going to worry about it. Somehow made this really chunky. Let's get rid of that. Okay, same with over here. I need that black. I don't even have my black brush. Okay, new brush. Blending this black into the white so I can find that shadow right away. It's gonna need to go even lighter, so I'm just gonna stop there. Blending it into the background as well. Clean up that edge. Eyebrow goes darker right in the middle on this side in particular. And there's a little bit more variation. This isn't as hard of an edge as I've drawn it. A little softening. Okay, that's too dark. Grab the lighter brush back again. Shape it correctly. Alright, and then go into this shadow, line it up, make it look more like it's turning through space as it is. So this lower edge wants to pretty much fade away. And then this back edge is a little bit darker as it recedes in the space around her face. There's also quite the dark line just kind of dropped in on that side. So I'm going to embrace it and do a little bit of that and then see how I like it later. I might fade it just a tiny bit more. But back to the light. Adding in the lightest part of the face pretty much is right where that eye comes out of the tear duct. Pushing that really helps bring the whole painting to life. The eyelid is too light. And then the nose has a dark shadow on that side, but then it has pretty light highlight right on that nose bridge. We're gonna leave it that way. I need to go a little bit darker. So I'll go into this pool and then work on the eyelid. Whole thing is a little light. This is a good color to establish as the highlight. And now I need a darker brush for the actual shadows. We're gonna need a new brush for the actual shadows. All right, at the beginning of this, I was like, I'll be fine. I have so many brushes. It's only one part of the painting. All right, I'm just doing the face. But now I'm like, we might run out. We might run out. It's fine. I didn't want brushes anyway. All right, I'm mixing a little bit of the Cad Red ochre into this darker brown mix for no reason, because I just remembered that I don't actually want it to be that warm. All right, mixing into the cooler version of that. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the umbers, both of them, just to, I don't know, add more color. I was gonna say warm it up, but that's literally what I said I was doing wrong 2 seconds ago. All right, how does this feel? Right on the edge, it divots in ever so slightly. So there's a slight shadow there. And then this shadow is much more defined. And then I need to go in between those two colors in value in order to mold the shape of it turning around the eye socket. Mix, 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 mix. Tapping that right on the edge transitions that pretty well without much effort. The eye socket is also darker up here as it recedes into the eye socket. The eyelid recedes to the eye socket. Anatomy, I can say words, right? Defining the nose edge. It goes ridiculous. Okay, it goes really warm right at the tip, but the value is still that dark color. I want to define the eyelash a little bit more. Okay, this lower eyelid, okay, that's loud. Why is that one song so much louder? The lower eyelid, I made it a little light on this side. Just go just a little bit darker. Delicately fuzzing it in with the rest of the colors that are there. Around the edge there, and then this comes down like that. The thing is shaking because Kashka is moving. Can you stop moving, please? That's it for this really warm color. Except for maybe there. And maybe in the eye. Let's do this right now. My kitty! Hey! Stop it. She's having too much fun in the sun. She paused while I was staring at her, and the second I looked away, she started again. What a noodle. What a noodle. Alright, focusing on the painting now. These eyelashes are really light. And then it goes abruptly to a very dark black. Oh, I didn't really establish the pupil on this side very well. That'll help. There's no highlights in the eyes, so doing the pupil really establishes the emotion. Alright, that's it for the dark brush. Onto the medium dark brush, which is no longer medium dark. So we'll just prime it with a little bit of everything. Alright, this is way too fat. You know, actually, okay, wait. That's what is wrong. Just trying to grab like a medium brown. That's not the pupil color. This is not low enough. Just scrape that in. There, this isn't light at all on the edge. And then we have this little section of darkness. And then here, as the eye turns. Alright, I'm gonna kick you out here in a minute, girl. She's way too far away for me to do that. And she ignored my threat. Evidently, I need to find a new place to attach the tripod. Alright. Getting in here. This is not that light, so we're gonna work that away. Break that down, and then this, as it goes towards the cheek, is way too dark, so we're gonna swap to a lighter color. I'm gonna swap to a very medium-ish color. What are you doing? I'm kicking her out. I can't even do this right. Can you stop, please? Oh, I just got paint on that. Get out of here. You have to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. Bye. Okay, we're back. Now the only movement will be when I move the canvas. I don't really remember where I was. Was I doing this? Okay, smoothing that out. Oh yeah, I was doing this little lower bit of the eye. Finding the blend between the underside of the socket and the eye. This is light right there. And then it's light right there. This is really blue dark because I was doing it with mostly black. So I'm gonna fix that and try to make it go warmer. And it's gonna look like she's been punched in the eye, so we're gonna add a little bit more and pull this out and blend it into the cheek color. Ah, that's a hair. Get out of here. Oh, now there's cat hair everywhere. This is what I deserve. She's just sat herself in the hallway and is continuing her bath. She's such a floppy kitty. Alright, this edge right there, that needs to not be so light. What is that? What did I... Okay, what is going on here? Okay, we're just gonna do that and then we're gonna move on. That wants to go more towards the warm umber, cad red, burnt umber. I meant ochre, cad red, and burnt umber. As it turns out of this. Actually, it wants to be a lot more cad red. Let's do that. Well, maybe not that much. Okay. Ooh, control it. Find the shape of the nose, which has a bunch of lovely planes. Okay, 0 of which what am I doing? All right, okay. I'm gonna grab a different color that's not so chromatic. That is closer to that shadow shape that I already have. So redefine the shadow shape and then work from there. Okay, that, I did a little, I don't even know what I was doing there. Whatever it is, it's way too dark. So let's try lightening it up a bit more. Probably should swap it to brush, but we're not gonna swap it to brush. It does have a slight indent there that wants to be darker, but that was way too dark. Oh my goodness. This is also kind of too dark of a shadow. I'm gonna try to move that over. Then the eye bridge does need to go darker, as it recedes in the forehead, especially since she's looking down. It's going to be cast into shadow. This light goes too far. This eyebrow is also more or less that shadow color. And then since I have this color, we're gonna make this just a little bit darker again. I have this turn. This is really defined. I'm trying to just blend it out and look for any subtle shifts and variation that I'm seeing. There's a lot of paint on there, so I'm struggling to move it around. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Cad Red Ochre into this cooler shadow tone. Bring it right on the edge there. Okay, this shape is more like that. And then it pops down. What is the best way to approach this cheek jawline? A lot of little colors in it. Mostly I just need to do a more opaque layer on top. I don't think this goes out far enough. Added a little bit of the black mix. And I'm just gonna go right on the edge of the veil. And then also bring that down. Also, I think that this wants to be more defined. I'm gonna add a little bit of black to cool it down, because this is the coolest part of the shadows, pretty much everywhere. There's some variation in there that I just ignored, but I'm gonna keep ignoring it until I have a little bit more of everything else defined. Oops. Down here it starts to get a little bit warmer, so I'm gonna add a little bit of burnt umber to that shadow color. I'm gonna need to find this blue on the edge and mix into it because right now it's a really harsh transition. I'm gonna go and add a little bit more blue or black and the raw umber into this. I need a more dark. I'm gonna just suggest as I draw very strongly. It's going away. Don't worry. Suggest that indent of like the cheek. And I've lost the cute little thing there. I'm gonna go to my actual dark brush. And redefine what I've lost. There's also a little bit of shadowy cast right there. And I've lost the shape of the chin. Come back just a little bit more. Getting the edge of the face the correct shape is one of the hardest things, but also the thing that's gonna make it look the most like a person. Or like the particular person as well. Why did I think that was going to be anywhere near the color that I wanted? Okay, and we're moving on. Oh no. Since I have the brush out, I might as well do a little bit more. You know, it's not the worst. I did want to make that darker. Where's my cad red ochre on the brush? There we go. Oh, my bad. Oh, the glare. Oh, the glare. Yeah, these colors that look like they're invisible, they're just the same color. I wanted cad red and ochre as the base. Add a little bit of burnt umber. Add a little bit of cad yellow. Add a bit of cad red. Bring that back. That's really vibrant. Add a little bit of yellow ochre. Maybe a bit of burnt umber. Maybe a bit of actual umber as well. And mix whatever was right there on the palette. Now that's really dark. That's super dark. Mayday. Okay, come back out. Grab some cad red. Grab some yellow ochre. Grab some white, or one of these lighter colors. Maybe the pink one. That's pretty dark still. Okay, we need to both lighten and lower the chromacy. The chromacy? The chroma. So we're gonna mix it into whatever's down here. The shorter shadow color. Boom. That's not lighter, that's just darker. Add some white. Get that hair out of here. Bringing all of it down, kinda just trying to make it look like something that it is not. Going with the feel, adding some lightness, and blending that out, blending it in, blending it out. I think I need some more white into the shadows because it's kind of a grainy copy, print, photo, whatever. The emphasis on the little like of the pixels kind of gets rid of brushstroke looking and smoothness. So, but we're gonna embrace it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna kind of. I don't know why I'm gonna do that. We'll see where. We'll see where it lands. Rein it in. That is not okay. This right here is not that dark. All right. Let's slow the brush strokes down. Has a little bit of dark right there. Get off the brush. Pick that up, blend that together. That's a pretty efficient way to get some nice gradients in here, though. Ah, my eyeball. That's weird. Oh, now I have lighter on my brush. I can do this. Look at that. We're so much farther away from the chaos stage. I'm gonna just blend this all together and see what I feel. It kind of comes down. Oh, that was dangerous. Oh, there's a hair. Okay, that is what is going on with the chin. What have I done? We'll do that. Okay. Oh, I lost the divot of the chin coming down. Swap to a different brush that I can get some darker colors on. Put that back in. And then, oh boy, you know, and we move on. That needs a little bit of darkness right in the edge. Oh, you know what else it needs? Oh, okay, wait, I'm seeing things. This comes around and attaches. Not like that. More like that. That is really dark and I kind of got out of control. This comes up here though and goes like that. And then we have a little bit of darkness here. Then we get a very warmth. And we do the edge of the nostril in a nice warm color that is roughly the same value as the black. And we provide differentiation between shapes via color. And then a little bit of value. Because it got, okay, and I lost it. It needs to go, I'm going to go with the black brush with the Alizarin. And define that ever so delicately with a very, wow, that's way too dark. And then boom, boom. 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 Ah! Okay, this whole thing needs to go a little bit darker. And then I'm gonna gently bring that over and down and in and out and up and down. All right, the edge of that goes more like that, and then we redefine the edge there, we redefine the edge up here, and I think I do want to add a little bit more Cad Red Chromacy right there, and then that'll blend out when I start fixing the shape a little bit more, but it needs a little bit of poof of vibrancy. All right, onto the lips, since I have a good color there for that. This shape is wrong. Okay. The nose, okay, hold on. What have I done? All right. Define that shadow shape. Then it comes to a point, and then it comes out. That little dot, not relevant at all. Go to the lighter shadow shape, color. I meant to say color there. Peak. That's not light enough. Go lighter. Oh! Okay, that's closer. Now that I have that actual shadow shape defined, I'm just gonna fuzz the edges a little bit. I'm gonna extend this sort of bigger. This highlight that I have is just not doing it. And then, what is it doing? Not that. Whatever's on my brush is way too warm. Okay. Grabbing a bit more of the darkerish color. Adding some blue to this medium whatever. The technical terms. I totally messed this up. Bellini kind of just like defined that and then left it. Swapping to the lighter brush, I gotta get rid of this little line that I did. And while I'm on this brush, I'm gonna define some of this highlight a little bit better. It comes from here, comes down, and then up, and then stops. And then there's a tiny bit of light there. Back to the medium skin tone. This comes out a little bit farther. Blend right in. That's a bit dark, but we will leave it for now. Darken that just a little bit. This needs to go darker right as it turns up in her tiny little smile. That was way too defined, but it'll be good. Gets the point across, at least. All right, I need that lip color. Let's try this. It's a very neutral color. And I'm kind of redefining it as much pinker. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to add more of the grays. Okay, that is like a really big muddled mess. I'm gonna leave it. This light is too light. If I paint into it, I can blend it darker. That lip is darker. And then I need to go into actual pink mode. I didn't bother to clean or wipe off my brush because I also wanted the neutrality of the colors that I had on there. But now I'm going to switch the brush to my reddish dark brush for the crease. And to define it, that goes all the way into there. And that shape is sort of okay. Cool. Okay, also this nose. I somehow lost that shape completely. It wants to do a little hawkiness as it points down and over. And I've lost the fact that the nose points as far down as it does. If I do that, does that help? I've got white on there, so I'm adding extra black to my brush. Kind of also lost the structure of the nose. I'm going to go back in with a lighter brush, clean up that edge and make it not so big. Just kind of pinch and prune it down. Oh. No. No. Find the shape. Maintain the shape. I lost the darkness. And now it's just looking like the nose is turning up because it's not enough in shadow. Grabbing some of the black. I think it also goes too far over. It just doesn't come down far enough right there. It also doesn't come out far enough. I curve it a little too early. Okay, continuing on, I'm gonna go into like a orangey mode. That's too dark. I want a lighter orange to blend the cheek into the lower area, because right now it looks very disparate. There we go, that's smoother. This is an okay color for the lip highlight. It also comes out a little bit there and there, but now it kind of looks like she's chewing something. So we gotta go back in with some other colors. Come a little darker there. There. Gonna blend up in this area. Okay, redefine the edge of the lip. But delicately, because it pretty much doesn't exist in the painting. But obviously it does enough because we can tell that it ends there. So just blah 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 blah, and then it's good. I'm gonna go a little bit warmer there. As I do that shadow. Thinking about chins. I'm gonna add a little bit of warmth as I transition into that shadow. Don't know what is happening. Okay, this is a nice little like eye shape divot. I think I need to find the edge blue color again. I'm gonna go back to my darker brush because that doesn't exist. There's also a slight darkening here for the cheek, which I really don't want it to be this brush because that brush has all the alizarin in it and I want to keep the alizarin out of the white. So I'm just going to go to my black brush and add a little bit of black down here and kind of go over that and blend it together. A little bit is okay, but I don't want a lot. A bit too much. This highlight comes over too much. Lots of scumbling. Okay. I think I done and did do a bit too much, but I'm going to find that edge. So I want some ultramarine and black. I do believe that was just it. I said I wanted to keep it simple for today. And then rain it in. And then same on this side. We're just gonna do it down here. All right, and then I want to wipe it off and just a little bit on, just so that the edges, or the brush filaments aren't so fuzzy. I'm going to do it from the other side, I think. So I'm going to grab a shadowy color. Get it on the brush. Make the brush into a flat edge. And then just delicately go on this. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, what have I done? Alright, I lost this edge completely. Does it want to come in or out? I think it wants to come in. Okay, so we're gonna do that first. And I think it does want to come out as well, but first I'm gonna edge it in. Wah! And then I need to transition it into the without ultramarine black. Because that part of the veil is distinctly a different color. And then I need to find that light color. And do a little something there. So that that black line doesn't look so awkward. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then I think it does want to come out just a little bit on the chin. Right there. Ah! Okay, it does want to go darker though, because that area curves into the shadow. Okay, wait, not like that though. Because now this area right here needs to go back later. And then this needs to go later. And what am I doing with this brush? Do I want this brush? I'll leave it. Starting to really lose track of what brush is meant for what area, and that's, you know, sometimes that's what happens. This life. You know what? There's that like line that I was talking about yesterday. But I'm gonna get rid of it. That was way too dark. Swap brushes to a lighter, to that color. I still know which brush that one is. It's a bit too light, but whatever. This edge looks kind of fake. I think I'm gonna give it a shadow in the skin tone. So it doesn't fade to light, it just is a bounce light. I need some more black on there. And bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna stop there. Go back to the lighter color and start blending these two together. I'm always worried about the neck. It's not the focal point, but it should look decent. But this, I want to make her face look a little more round. One thing I really loved about this painting was the round youthfulness of Mary's face. So kind of unemphasizing this cheekbone, which you won't see when you have a little bit of baby fat still. And then pushing this up. And this up a little bit. Now it's just kind of final touch-ups. Figuring out what little adjustments are going to make it look more like the person. I don't know why this music is really distracting me today. I'm just going to turn it down. You might not be able to hear it anymore in the phone. Unless maybe it was super loud before. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we'll leave it there. This is when I really start to notice what details about a face makes it look young or old or whatever it is. And then I try to note that and remember it for the next paintings. It's like youth wants rounded. Okay, I can't even. I'm just gonna skip this one. This is a much calmer song. Not that. Grab the eyebrow color. Which isn't really this one either, but that's okay. Oh, I still need to do the gold. I think I need to de-emphasize this edging. What have I done? Push it over a little bit. This brush is too light. Go into the darker colors. And this looks too harsh. Render it more like a ball versus a triangle. No, it's much better now. The neck is really off though. Ooh, cat hair. Gone all quiet, concentrating too much. Okay, you're at a bit of an angle today. but her face still looks like it's, ooh, wow, I flipped that around, too turned to the edge. And I think it's because this side does go lighter than what I've done. Ooh, not with that color though. It does go lighter. So we're just gonna make this entire shadow less dark. Oops. He does have a really dark spot there, but I don't know if I like the way that I've done it. Okay, doing it more. Bring a little bit of the ochre umber mix. I mean, the ochre cad red mix. When will I learn my colors? When will I say the right color at the right time at the right moment? Never is the answer. So I'm adding more chroma and still lightening it. I don't want to lose the cheek color because I did kind of like that. Oh, that is not the right color though. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get the shape back in and then I can adjust the color. Okay, just scribble. Scribble and blend. Okay, getting rid of all the extra brush strokes that I've thrown in. Making it smooth once more. Much closer. Wait, what am I doing? I want to merge these two colors a little bit more evenly. This line going through the face. Oh, that's what's creating that darkness up there. That like water drip line. I'm gonna get rid of this because it doesn't make sense. But it is also, oh, okay. Kind of messing up this cheekbone area as well. I'm kind of just going rogue at this point, which is not very good. I had to take a step back in this. What does it really need? What's wrong with the forehead? I'm gonna blend that all the way up. This edge needs to curve a little bit smoother. And then blend a little bit better. I think that the cheekbone on that side needs to go into shadow more. I got rid of the shadow, but now I think it does need to turn a bit more around the face. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of it in. And then soften that edge. I'm like very focused on the nose. How do I make it the eyes instead? I didn't really render this right. Has it's like too emphasized. Okay, now I need to even those two out. Oh, that's gonna be too late. I need something in the medium. What is it precisely about this shape that throws my head off? So there's like extra line there that I don't think is intentional. Okay, there's something wrong with the lower lip and the way it transitions into the skin and beyond. And land. I know I done and messed it up again. Okay, we're gonna lighten this area right here. And then just a tiny bit of gray. That needs to turn. So we're gonna get a little bit of dark. We're gonna roll that into a round shape. And do it right on the edge. That light also goes out too far. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, that was... Okay. Just added more light on top of that. It's okay, it's a different color. Alright, now I'm just like adding. I think that whole area needs to go just a tad darker. We'll use this brush. Grab a medium. Paint that whole area a little bit darker. And then I'm gonna go, actually I'm gonna go with a distinctly darker. Adding black. Because this area is missing. Okay, last bit, I think. Readjust this edge. Back to that shady black. Okay, rubbing a little bit of it off, grabbing a little bit of a lighter color, a little bit more of a lighter color, and blending. All right, we're about to call it, whether or not it's done. 'Cause I no longer know what's going on over here. This part of the face always boggles my mind. How do these things connect? I'm gonna re-emphasize that highlight. And the highlight up here. highlight on the lip. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna look good. No, there's like too much going on over there. All right, reel it in one last time. Oh no, I need a medium. Reel it in. I think partially it looks a little too linear. I'm gonna try to get rid of the fact that the brush strokes are vertical. No, actually, I think that helped a lot. Definitely added a tiny little bit of highlight right there. And then I'm gonna grab some burnt umber. This definitely swooped up. I did also lose that edge, that corner of the lip. Oh, no. I just added a little bit of black blue. I meant to add just black. I wanted to move that up. I didn't realize how dark my brush was. But then I do want the dark brush, and I'm gonna add it that edge. Have I said anything in the past 20 minutes? Really doesn't feel like I have. There's not much to say anymore at this stage of the painting. It's just figuring out what is slightly off and adjusting it. Also the funnest part of the painting, because a tiny change makes it look so much different and better. Usually better, but different. I'm adding black as a blue agent. A bit more. Yeah, that does need to go darker. This whole area down here actually needs to go a little bit, just a shade darker. Okay, that was the same color. And then the highlights are just right there. How do I feel? Why does mine look like the entire face is skinnier? It is a literal 1-to-1 ratio. I'm gonna grab some dark. What was I gonna do? Not dark. I'm gonna grab some medium. And maybe a medium dark. I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. And I'm gonna bring this shadow shape out. Farther. It needs a lot more black. Okay, now blend those two corners together, right here. And adjust this color because it is skin tone and not veil. That's also visually making it confusing. But it does need to curve more. These brush strokes up on the forehead are also horizontal. So I'm just gonna pat them vertical. And then kind of get rid of that. Whatever. Still something off. There's also something off with this thing again. It's a bit better. Also the chin. When did this get so floppy? And so weird with this. This goes down. So it's just a slight double. Thing there. Oh, you know what's weird too is this eyebrow. Do I want to make that lower eyelash lid thing a little bit darker? It's a little too emphasized. Okay, I'm gonna work on the edging of the veil and then we'll be done. Suddenly I don't really want to work on it. What if I just don't do the edge? Oh gosh. No, but I really like it. It is very pretty. Alright, we're gonna do some yellow ochre with cad yellow. And then just a little bit of umber to tone it down. Probably the burnt umber instead. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Goodness gracious, how do I even do this pattern? I'm getting all the parts that are the most orangey. Okay, and then I need to add more cad yellow. That's not really yellow enough, no. Okay, new mix. Ooh, that's gonna be super yellow. Okay. Use it sparingly. Alright, add some white to that. There we go. Look where any of the highlights are. This is going to be a rough approximation because I really don't want to figure this out too bad. There's also, I wanted to do a little bit more here. I'm gonna say that's good for the bright colors. I think I need to go to the burnt colors. I'll just do a little bit more as a base. Alright, adding burnt umber. And a little bit of raw umber. This is still rather light, actually. Nope, it needs to be much darker. More of the embers. I almost genuinely don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna add a little bit of white. I want it to be brown, but I don't want it to be super dark because that's going to be too emphasized. I'm just letting it get laid in. It's gonna go darker in this shadow area. Getting looser and looser with each pass. For good or for ill. Added a little bit of black this time. Oops. I'm gonna blend to that dark edge. Okay. I think I'm gonna make sort of a neutral version of that, an in-between color as I usually do. And kind of just in between the rest of it until it looks right. That's a bit dark. Needs to be lighter. So it's kind of a orangey brown. Alright, and then I'm going to go in with a light white that's similar to the veil. And clean up some of these. When a little bit of paint goes down thinly, you see the grain of the canvas through the brush strokes, you know? So I'm kind of just filling and blending those in, which makes it look less dry brushy and more purposeful. Okay. It's not awful. Bellini definitely has a lot more detail than I do. This is now a yellow. Maybe he did do it wet into wet. Or he just was, better at glazes than I am. Shocker! Alright, I'm making more of an orange. Try to get some of these. I don't even know. The edging also has maybe a couple lines to it. help create a pattern. Here is there's not much over there that you can see. I'm gonna go back to the dark. Wipe that off a little bit and then let's see what I can do with this. Definitely emphasizing this a little bit more. This edge a bit more, maybe in between a bit more. This edge, oopsies. Adding black. Okay, that wasn't dark enough. I need like actually a dark color. That just is in shadow. Oi! Back to the veil color. Let's remember that there's actually... I like lost half these shapes in here. Oh, well. That's kind of good. Okay, we're fine. Actually, right here, it's kind of all darker. I don't want to, it's like too emphasized. Ba ba ba. Okay, I think that's good enough for me. I don't really understand how they do such detailed gold scroll work. I don't want to give the appearance of gold, but true detail kind of eludes me. But I suppose that's what practice is for, so we're gonna work on it for a little bit longer. This entire area actually has almost no definition. Gonna make a lighter veil color to add in some highlights of white. Like really light. So adding it and then getting rid of the brush strokiness of it. Perhaps a bit too late, my bad. Reeling it back in. Okay, well that does actually look a little bit different. I think I'm calling it. Something was wrong about the edge of her face, though. What is wrong? What is wrong? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Why does it look, you know, instead of, like it's pushed back? The chin is the chin. Let's look at the chin. What are you doing? All right. Chin shape adjustment. Go. Also, in this veil bit, I tapped it with my finger and the fingerprint is extremely visible. Just fix that for a second. Is that better? It's like her head is tilted up. How do I make her head look tilted down? The shape of everything is correct. Meaning like it was traced, so it's correct. As long as I can get it back to... The coloring is what makes it look right or wrong. What am I seeing? Okay, I see something. Getting a pinky color. That is also a shadow color. So grabbing a little bit of brown umber. Bit of that. It needs to be a little bit darker and more turning. Maybe. So where we experiment and we see what affects the painting in what way. This is actually where you really learn how to paint faces. When you have everything done, and then you stare at it and you say, why is it not accurate? Shapes and colors are the same, but somehow, something is just that tiny little bit off. And it no longer looks like the person. The fact that you basically have to get to this point, though, in a painting before you can start figuring that out, it's a little frustrating, but that is the life. Okay, how do I feel about that? Still something kind of weird. Is it? Oh! That is not something I expected at all. But is it the fact that this thing doesn't come down right? It's supposed to do this and then be like straight, and it comes in and it makes it look like her face. We're gonna attempt this and might regret it. Hype music, that's exactly what I needed. I don't know how to fuzz that edge. I'm gonna grab a clean brush and make that into a glaze so I don't have to worry about, I don't want to match that color anymore. This is a clean dry brush that I'm going to just blend a little bit with. Okay, there's the thing that when I look at it in real life, it looks pretty accurate. When I look on the phone, it's a little off, and I think it's because the phone is not straight today. Blame it on the technology. No, but for real, that will change it. But even so, there are some things that I want to fix. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. No, I regret it. I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna mess up later when I compile it together. I'm just staring at it, trying to figure out what I want to change. I'm pretty much done. Did I just get... I think I just got paint on myself. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last. Alright. You know, actually to avoid messing it up, I think I'm just gonna stop. Like that. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm just gonna fuzz these edges, make it a little smoother. And then I'm calling it a day. Calling it a day. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, check if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you could like the stream as well, that would be fantastic. I will be back. I was going to say tomorrow, but I'm not actually positive I'm going to be back tomorrow. I probably will be back tomorrow with the next alla prima master copy. That's it. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day. Yeah, we're calling it. We're calling it. I'm done. All right. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.